Peace, Kugla, think fast. As above, so below, plasma science. Basically, reason why, we should eat like our vegetables and stuff raw to get the nutrients from it is because whenever you heat up, the vegetables, it causes the enzymes that hold electricity. So how we talk about how Dr. Sebi talk about electric foods passing electricity into our bodies, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why, teachers on the meat eating, but like, the transference of, live electricity. And see, look at me trying to say too much. Anyway, transferring that light is what the enzymes do. So basically, whenever you're heating up the food, enzyme ends up exploding, you know what I'm saying? And when it explodes, that means it no longer has a fully functional toroidal field in essence, you know what I'm saying? And when the toroidal field is not fully functional, it takes away the electricity, and then it stops functioning in the golden mean spiral. The golden mean in essence causes constructive wave interference. That means the golden mean ratio basically is constructed in such a way where, as your torus field continues spiraling, like the waves will never bump against each other in essence, for layman's terms, as far as like, constructive wave interference is basically like the waves being able to continuously like interact or vibe around each other without interfering with each other, So basically though, when the heat is turned up, it busts the enzymes, which busts the plasma field. And then on the as above, so below aspect, if we was to get heated up, you know what I'm saying? And when we say bust, just burst as far as like, well, I mean, in essence, when some people burn, the outer part, burns, and then the inside, so in essence, it's like exploding or going inside out, but not to get all gory about it, but you know what I'm saying? If you was to be set on fire or be heated up just like, food, then first it was like on the as above, so below, it will start off just in the cells in your body first, so the microcosm will feel it first, and certain cells will start busting. And matter of fact, and as the microcosm feeling it, then all of a sudden you start to like, oh man, I'm feeling weak, man. This heat got me, and because them water cells done dried up in them vacuoles, done dried up in certain cells, you know what I'm saying? Like certain cells done died. And so now it's starting to get to you. Now you starting to feel it, in essence, like as the God, like the body or as earth, you starting to feel it. And then eventually you kind of, the whole being. And then as you, again, bust in essence from the heat, your torus field no longer spins, you know what I'm saying? And you're no longer giving off electricity, in essence, to help the mechanism of earth, immune system, you know what I'm saying? So you see how it just trickles down, down the line. But the heat, now on a deeper note, I would like to get in specifically how the heat, really causes things to unravel, which I kind of get it in essence, because heat causes expansion. But my thing is, what about heat causes expansion? Like I like to get all the way deep into it myself. That's why I don't blame y'all when some of y'all ask me some of these questions that, it's like, how can I say, you going in either in the area where I'm not familiar, or you just kind of question after question on level like, why this, why that, But that's what it's about, being thirsty for knowledge, man. Don't let nobody stop your thirst, That's why when I always say that, I'm like, but this is a free will universe. Please still ask your questions, Feel free to still send the emails. All right, if it happened to be a question that I don't want to answer, and I ignore it, all right. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, But always express yourself, you know what I'm saying, unless you feeling the vibe of where you crossing the line or something. That's the thing too. Now of course you gotta check with your inner guidance system and feel a situation out, but for the most part, but back to the with the enzymes again, to the food with the with the vegetables. Reason why, once it heats up to a certain temperature, that heat busts the enzymes, which breaks down the electrical factor, you know what I'm saying, within the vegetables. Are, well, I was gonna say fruit, but some people might eat their fruit, but anyway, fruits or vegetables, whatever. But when they get heated, that takes away the live enzyme. That's why with these juices, like with Welch's and all that talk, Ocean Spray, that talk a good game, but that's pasteurized juice. It's being heated up. They busting the live enzymes up. you know. So basically, like, as above, so below. So think about how I said what heat does to us. Like, if we get overly heated and it causes us to transition out of our body. So you drinking, juice with that same dead energy in essence. It tastes good and it's better than the sodas you was drinking. Of course, don't be discouraged about your growth on the health level. But realize it's a constant growth. And say, for instance, if you did learn something new just now about, like, the Ocean Spray and whatever those little brands are, you know what I'm saying, then that's the universe letting you know, hey, time to step it up. you know Whenever that consciousness jerk at you, like, on some, where you get presented some information and they give you that aha moment, it's like, from that point on, if you try to go backwards, then you know that every messed up thing that you get out of life, you deserve it, because you ignored the omens and you felt and knew. Like, a aha moment is almost like you and God, like, in essence, you and the source within, kind of having that little head nod agreement. Like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So when you deny those moments, and you get kicked around, on some, in essence, like, for not following what you should have listened to, now you're dealing with a certain energy. It's like, hey, the omens was there for you to listen to. Somebody said something about that Welch's juice, and or that whatever juice, and that orange drink, and the the fruit punch drink and all that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody warned you. But all jokes aside, though, just wanted to mostly just share that aspect. And again, the Taurus field, in essence, that's what holds the life. And the golden mean ratio, is a mathematical sequence that brings forth life. Because of its constructive wave interference, where the waves flow through it, perfectly. That's why, like, with the indigenous tribes, where the village was built in fractals, where, say, for instance, if the house was made out of a triangle, so the house made out of a triangle, so the house shaped like this. So that means the whole village is gonna be laid out in a triangle. So that means each house is a triangle, and it's gonna be laid out in a triangle. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna have the high priest, or the king, or the queen, where that just that person, the important person who deal with spirit, gonna be in the middle with their house shaped like a triangle, of course, and with their altar inside the house shaped like a triangle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this would apply to whatever shape, you know what I'm saying? But it's basically creating a fractal, like, where it's a square houses, then the village made out of a square, and then the altar square. So from the biggest level to the smallest level, again, fractals in the golden mean ratio. You know what I'm saying? That's all life is, in essence. It's just mimicking that vibration on a physical level. But again, yeah, definitely with the heat, you know, busting down the enzymes, and as above, so below, you know, same thing happened to us. And again, like, well, it'll happen to the cell. When we start to heat up, it'll happen to our little small cells first, you know, they'll feel it, you know, and the enzymes inside of us in certain places busting. Then us as the whole big enzyme, like, you know, and then our little soul is, you know, back in the planes, you know. Matter of fact, no longer to really deal with earth energy, you know, so now earth don't really benefit from the electricity from, you know, from your enzyme in essence. But that's all I have to say about that. I wonder if that's possible for them to try to hit me with a copyright charge just for using that phrase. Hey, Tom Hanks, man, don't do that to me, bro. Like, that's one of my favorite movies. Don't do me like that. Peace, y'all. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now.